Hi girls, Fuck here and welcome to another FIFA 21 One to Watch SBC. It is Sunday, it is 6 p.m. and finally, almost 2 weeks after EA did release the votes for this on Twitter, we have been given the Matuidi One to Watch SBC. So yes, about 10 or 12 days ago now, EA put a post, I think for the first time ever. Usually when they like the player pick votes to see who gets the winner SBC, they do it on FIFA, but for once they actually did that on Twitter. Matuidi won. He would come up against Higuain. I myself voted for Matuidi as well, just because if he actually does get upgraded, he's going to become a decent card. And we will do his SBC here today because it should hopefully be pretty easy to do. We also do have the Newcomers Challenge for a 75 rated card, which isn't too bad. Which I'll probably do offline. I'll have a quick look and see if there's anything on objectives, and then we'll talk about the Matuidi SBC, and I'll talk about whether I think he's worth doing. I don't know when the season starts for the MLS. I'll have a look at a second for Inter Miami when we do the SBC. So in terms of any other new objectives, nothing there. And then for milestones, our first milestone player to work towards, maybe? Not yet. I think it will come. I think EA will do a lot more stuff this year on milestones. Of course, we've got the team event there where I work for João Felix. I've completed everything for João Felix, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to have a quick look at Inter Miami now and see when their fixtures are coming up. And then we'll have a look and see what this Matuidi SBC requires. So they actually played today and they got beat 2-1. So that's pretty interesting against Montreal Impact. So, yeah, their season has started and they play against Orlando next Saturday. So, it's an 83... Oh, dear. That's a little bit more expensive than what I thought. I don't know if I'll do him now. It looks like... I mean, the Inter Miami badge doesn't really look like it's been... Like, it looks really pixelated. It almost looks like the Blackpool badge. Like, it doesn't look very... I don't know, it looks a bit weird, the Inter Miami badge. But, really? An 83 rated squad? Okay, listen now. 83 rated cards aren't going for too much. I still might actually do the SBC, but let me explain. We saw Thiago Silva come out as a centre-back from the Premier League. You know, of course, it lacks in pace a little bit, but he was an 82 rated squad with, I think, one Premier League player. And maybe similar chemistry to what Matuidi requires. And listen, a lot of people say that, you know, I mean, first of all, I've used Thiago Silva in Division 2 foot rivals, and he's fantastic with a Shadow Cam style. He's absolutely solid in my personal opinion. And, you know, he plays in the Premier League, in a big league, very good nation, easy to link into. Matuidi, in terms of nation, isn't too bad. You link him with like a French icon, or just with French players in general, like Dembele and stuff like that. You know, Ben Yedder, Pogba, all that kind of thing. But, again, once again, a CDM, in my personal opinion, a centre-back is more likely to get an inform than a CDM. I think this SBC, and also from the MLS at the same time, this SBC, from first glance, doesn't represent as good a value as what the Thiago Silva SBC was, or as what the Hwang Hee-chan SBC. I know that Hwang Hee-chan he's not a starting 11 player not for Salzburg, for Leipzig at the moment, but, you know, he had Tonali. Again, he didn't start in the Milan derby yesterday, but maybe he's more expensive because he's a guaranteed starter. Do I want to do this SBC? I don't know, man. I need to have a look at his card. And just see, because of course if he does get one inform or one, I mean, he's not going to get a man of the match, is he? I don't think. He won't get a team of the tournament, so he's realistically only going to get a team of the week or a hero cards. Man of the match is like domestic cup games. I don't even know if the MLS has any domestic cup stuff. He won't get a team of the tournament because there's no team of the tournament that the MLS is a part of. He's not a part of the Champions League. He's got a cool dynamic image, to be fair to him, there, as you can see on the right hand side, but I need to have a look at what his cards just like. I mean, again, if he goes to an 85 rated, I mean, there's the James Rodriguez SBC. Wasn't he an 82 rated squad? And again, I reviewed Rodriguez and he was absolutely horrendous, but at the same time, at least he's going to get upgrades. Rodriguez has shown that he's going to be a fantastic player this season, and he's in like a very advanced role as well with Everton. But if we go to the MLS here for a second, maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on this one, because maybe 83 rated cards are still insanely cheap, and of course he is considerably the most highest rated. So if you're like an MLS fan, I do understand you doing the SBC or whatever, but if he does get himself, to be fair, I mean, 2-star Susar doesn't matter too much because he is that you're going to be used as a CDM. Got a good work rate, his height isn't too bad, and you look at his in-game stats, and to be fair, with one certainly with one inform, he's going to be a very, very solid card. Even now, at this current stage of the game, he is usable. His pace is nice. His passing is is decent. 80 short passing, 74 vision. I would want that to be a little bit higher, and certainly a cam style can fix that. His dribbling for a CDM is solid. It wouldn't really need any improvements, on that. His defensive stats are very, very good. His physicality isn't too bad. I want a cam start. If I was going to have to use him, I'd want a cam start to increase his passing and get that physicality up a little bit more. Get that strength from 73 up into the low 80s. He's got solid player, but I don't necessarily know what that trait actually does. And in terms of like CDMs in general from like French players, where does he kind of rank in general? I wouldn't use him. I mean, I think if it was to maybe get himself like one in form, maybe he would be a decent box-to-box midfielder. Like comparing him with Kante, he's not a million miles away from Kante, is he? I mean, he lacks in 2 pace, he lacks in 1 passing, quite considerably in defense. But he's, again, if Matuidi was to get one in form, he probably would be just as good as Kante. And what Kante probably costs like over 100,000 coins, but at the same time, is from a much better league to obviously use. And you can compare him with Marcel Desailly, but Marcel Desailly, the 88 Marcel Desailly in game is absolutely insane. It's well known that Marcel Desailly is one of the best CDMs in the game. If you ever get the chance to pick him up, he's absolutely incredible. But I mean, you compare him here with Makalele as well. He's got better dribbling. In defending on physicality, he's not quite there. Certainly a lot better in shooting and stuff like that. But yeah, it's that thing again. He's not going to be the easiest. Is he realistically going to get into many people's starting 11? Even though he's an 80 rated card, I reckon most people watching this video, he's not going to get into your starting 11. I mean, if he does get into your starting 11, then happy days, go and do him. But, it's all about an 83 rated squad. It's very interesting. So, I don't know whether to do this SBC. I might, how long is he there for? So I can kind of have time to have a bit of a think. I'm not going to do him in this video, I don't think. But every single one to watch SBC that has come out so far, I have actually done so far. He's only there for 3 days. So, let me guys know what you're going to do on this SBC. Do you think I'm being a bit too critical here? I mean, maybe the 83 rated cards are still selling for very, very cheap. I know the likes of the goalkeepers like, the Trapp and Heredecki and like Tadic is like the centre forward from Ajax are going for relatively cheap. But I'm just wondering whether this would be a good use of my 83 rated players. I just think they could be better suited to going towards another SBC than Matuidi. So let me guys know what you think in the comments section. I mean, once again, it's an SBC that will become very good value for money if he's to get an upgrade. It's just him getting that upgrade, and for CDM cards to receive upgrades, it's not very easy. It's easier said than done. It's very, very rare that CDM cards get informs usually in general. So I don't really know what to think about this SBC. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. Maybe you can help me decide whether to do the SBC or not. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.